I'm going to pick chords using dice. So here's how this is going to work. I've got 3 dice here. The first one is a D20 with a whole bunch of chords on it, and that's the one I'm going to use to determine what key I'm going to be playing in. The second one is this D4. If I roll an even number, it's going to be a major key. If I roll an odd number, it's going to be minor. This third one is a D8, and that's the one I'm going to use to choose my actual chords. All right, here it goes. A, so I'm in the key of A. A, let's say, major, okay? A major. I'm going to start by picking just 4 chords so I can have some kind of progression and see how that goes. First chord, 2, all right, so B minor, B minor, D major, eight, that's a reroll, 2, another B minor, and 7, so G sharp diminished. Neat. Those are going to be my 4 chords: B minor, D major, B minor again, and G sharp diminished. So that's B minor. B minor again. And this is not a great sequence. What can I do with this? Oh, G diminished. I mean, G sharp diminished. I wonder that wasn't sounding right. What's a G sharp diminished? B minor, D, B minor, and G sharp diminished. Back to B minor. Step is nice. So, nobody cares. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Oh wait, let's start on B minor. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Nobody knows. Bleh. All right, I like those 4 chords. I need a chorus. Let's see what I get for chorus. A 3, C sharp minor, C sharp minor, C sharp minor again. Gonna hold on that C sharp minor for a little while. Okay, and what's it gonna resolve to? Another C sharp minor, 3 in a row? Gotta have just something other than that, 2. B minor. resolve. It's got to resolve on something. B minor. It's the 4 chord. Hopefully the 4 chord is something good. D major. That's exactly where I wanted to go. Ugh. Bridge chords. It's 8. I'm going to re-roll that. Bridge chords. 7. F sharp. Oh no, wait, no. That's the 6. Another G sharp diminished. G sharp diminished. So B minor, D major, B minor, and that G sharp diminished. At last I found it. I like that. At last I found it. Oh, at last I found it. Plastic. Oh, at last I found it. Plastic palm with a plastic palm tree. At last I found it. So I got this first line that I kind of like. At last I found it. I like the phrase with a plastic palm tree, but it doesn't make any sense. What could I be writing about here? What am I looking for and what have I found? And why is that relevant to a plastic palm tree? This kind of has a really nostalgic vibe to it. I'm thinking almost like I could do some like lo-fi stuff and that would be really neat. Like, have some really dry drums in there. That could sound cool. Let's get on these lyrics though. Last I found it. Plasticity. Plasticity. Plasticity isn't the word. Plasticity is it. Plasticity. If I pronounce it that way, that's the Andrew Bird comp right there. Last I found it. True plasticity. Smell of iron in the air. Oh, Polaris, stargazer. Oh, Polaris, stargazer. Oh, Polaris. Let's see if that works over that. Oh, Polaris, stargazer. I've got to hold on this C sharp minor for 2 bars before I go and hit it. So let's really build up to it. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Polaris, stargazer in the woods, Orion, moon chaser in my hills, in my something, moon chaser in my mind, moon chaser in my hand. So what am I singing about here? What kind of strikes me about both the first line of this verse and the chorus is that a way to connect them could be to make this song about like going out into nature to kind of find some sort of peace. Something that I do a lot and that I've done for many, many years is I will go out into, the more empty, rural, dark places in the world and just spend nights looking up at the stars. My day job, I'm a professional photographer, and I'll bring a camera out to, someplace really far away and empty where the night sky is just absolutely breathtaking and photograph the stars, or just spend a couple of hours watching them wheel overhead. And that's kind of been a practice of mine for a long time now, and I find a lot of peace doing that. So I think that's kind of the imagery that I'm thinking about when I'm writing this song. I need a couple more chords for this bridge. So it's G sharp diminished, F sharp minor. Five. What is the five? E major. E major. When they flatten the atlas down, I think I'm done writing this. It is time to start recording. Moon chaser in the wild. Something like that. I think I want to hold on it a little bit longer. The cat's eating. It's making some noise. Okay. Could use some drums. I think I'm gonna do some drums. Sounding very Pink Floyd right now, and I kind of like it. So I think I want both the piano and maybe the synth to ping pong back and forth. This is a pretty cool plug-in here. So what PanFlow does is it randomly pans things back and forth, and it's set to snap to the grid and be in sync. One of the first things I did here was add a tape echo effect to the piano, which kind of gave it a way more interesting feel. I did some basic cleanup, some EQ and compression, and retuned the vocals just a little bit. I also looped the intro chords a couple of times just so that it wasn't a kind of cold open. And that was it. Here is Moon Chaser.
At last I found it, true plasticity, rare excitement, to be a speck in the eye of God. Oh, Polaris, stargazer in the woods. Orion, moon chaser in the wild. If I believed in lack of consequences, with a rare devotion, the smell of iron in the air. Oh, Polaris, stargazer in the woods. Orion, moon chaser in the wild. When I flatten the atlas down, make the stars into flesh and bone, in the dust and the dimming sun, make my body into stone. Oh, Polaris, stargazer in the woods. Orion, moon chaser in the wild. Oh, ancient, burn brightly in my eyes. Oh, heaven, be a consolation prize.
If you liked Moon Chaser, you can find it on my Bandcamp, as well as the rest of my music, which is also on Apple Music and Spotify. Thanks for listening.